All right, boys and girls. So today we're going to be talking about text evidence. So when an author writes an informational or nonfiction text, right, we know that's going to be facts and information. And when authors go to write, they want to organize their information in a way that it helps us learn. But they can't just say any old thing, right? It has to be true, it has to be accurate. And like a lawyer proving their case, they have to have evidence, right? So if they're going to say something like tigers live in on the African savanna, they're going to have evidence of that. So the sentences that follow are going to be proving the point the author is trying to make. So today we're going to be working through a passage together and thinking about how that author is using text evidence to support the information they're providing. So we'll do it together, and then today you will also be doing one on your own. So today we're going to be starting with fireflies, and I'm going to make this a little bigger here so we can see it. Okay. So I'm going to read you this informational text about fireflies. So hopefully we'll learn something new about fireflies while we're also learning about text evidence. Whether you call them fireflies or lightning bugs, these nocturnal insects are actually beetles. They get their name from the flashes of light they naturally produce. This light is made from an organ under the firefly's abdomen. When the insect breathes in oxygen, special cells combine the oxygen with a chemical to create light with almost no heat. Fireflies flash their lights, yellow, green, or orange at night. Each species flashes a different pattern. They flash their lights for several reasons. One purpose is to attract a mate. Ooh la la. The other purpose is for their light is to help the other purpose for their light is to help fireflies attract prey. While the light may attract prey, it may actually scare predators away. The blinking lights tell predators that this insect has a bitter taste. Even firefly larvae may glow to scare away some predators. There are about 2,000 firefly species, which live in many places throughout the world. In fact, they are found on every continent except Antarctica. They prefer warm environments and love moisture. For this reason, they often live in the humid areas of Asia or North and South America. You might see fireflies on summer evenings in parks, meadows, gardens, and woodland edges. Firefly larvae inject their prey with a numbing chemical before eating them. They like to eat snails, worms, and slugs. Adults may eat other fireflies, nectar, or pollen. Some fireflies don't eat at all. The reason adult fireflies may not eat is because they only live a few weeks, which is just long enough to find mates and reproduce. When females are ready to lay eggs, they each lay about 500 eggs into the ground. In a month, the eggs hatch underground. When the eggs hatch, the larva lives underground from 1 to 3 years. When a firefly larva is big enough, it creates a hard exterior shell which protects it during this pupa stage of its life. The pupa soon will go through a metamorphosis to become an adult firefly. Adult fireflies leave the underground and emerge in the early summer. Unfortunately, scientists are concerned that the firefly population is declining. They think this may be due to light pollution and loss of habitat. I'm going to zoom back out here for a second. So we're going to be moving these bars around to highlight text evidence, how the author is trying to prove certain bits of information. So let's look and see what we need to do. It says for numbers 1 through 8, highlight the evidence from the text. Using blue, highlight the text which explains where the firefly's light is made. So let's go back in here, and I remember closer to the beginning, it talks here, it says, they get their name from the flashes of light they naturally produce. This light is made from an organ under the firefly's abdomen. And then it goes on to explain their chemical properties. So we're going to take this blue and we're going to put it about the part about the abdomen. Okay? So we found evidence here that they're trying to explain why a firefly, in the first paragraph, why a firefly actually lights up, where that light comes from, and we found out where this happens and how it happens. Using red, highlight text which describes the continents where fireflies may live, and this says there's 2 possible answers. From remember it said they live everywhere but not Antarctica. So it says for this reason, they often live in humid areas of Asia or North and South America. So in paragraph 3, we can highlight Asia or North and South America. So we used our red for that. Using yellow, highlighting the text which describes why scientists think the firefly population is decreasing. Oh, I remember that at the end because it kind of worried me a little bit because I like fireflies. So it said, unfortunately, scientists are concerned that the firefly population is declining. They think this may be due to light pollution and loss of habitat. So there's the evidence right there about why they think that happens. Using green, highlight the text which tells what adult fireflies eat. Well, remember this, there was a whole paragraph about it, and some of them don't even eat at all. Let's see. Adult fireflies may eat, they like to eat snails, worms, and slugs. Adult fireflies may eat nectar or pollen. Put it over here because it's kind of 2 sentences in there. Using purple, highlight the text which explains how many eggs a female larva may lay. I have to go back and look about the eggs. Oh, when females are ready to lay eggs, they each lay about 500 eggs. Okay. Using orange, highlight the text which describes the kinds of colored lights different species of fireflies may flash. Okay, so orange, different colors of lights. The blinking lights tell predators that they may, fireflies flash their lights yellow, green, or orange at night. It says each species has a different pattern. Using brown, highlight the text which describes what firefly larvae like to eat. Okay. That must be in eating. Let's see here. Firefly larvae inject their prey with a numbing chemical before eating. They like to eat the snails, worms, and slugs. So Mrs. Camp was a little bit off there because I had the adult fireflies, and now I need to do, so the larvae like to eat snails, worms, and slugs, whereas the adults like to eat other fireflies, nectar, and pollen. And using black, highlight the text which explains when adult fireflies emerge underground. Remember, they're down there for a while. Adult fireflies leave the underground and emerge in the early summer. I think they're down there for a few years, though. Okay, we're not quite done. Now it says there are 6 paragraphs in the passage. Yep, match the questions about the text to the number of the paragraphs where the answer can be found. So authors put a lot of time and thought into how they're organizing their information. They want it to make sense to the reader, and one way of helping it make sense is by organizing it by topic. So each of these paragraphs, all 6 of them, kind of had a different topic. So which climate or weather do fireflies prefer? Okay, remember that about the North, South America. Okay, right here, paragraph 3, where it talks about they like humid and warm environments. So we'll move our 3 right there. When a pupa changes into an adult, what is the process called? Oh, I remember this. It's like a butterfly. Down here it says, the pupa soon will go through metamorphosis to become an adult firefly. So that's in paragraph 5. Fireflies are which type of insect? I don't remember that. I'm going to have to go back and look here. Which type of insect? Oh yeah, they're actually beetles, which was a little shocking to me. That's right away in paragraph 1. How many species of fireflies are there? Says, there are 2,000 firefly species. We see that right there in paragraph 3. So it looks like you can use the same answer more than once. When a firefly is a larva, what does it inject into its prey? Okay, remember something about this. Firefly larvae inject their prey with a numbing chemical before eating. How interesting. Paragraph 4. Why do fireflies flash their lights? I remember one reason: to attract a mate and to catch prey and to keep predators away. So let's see. That's right there in paragraph 2, all that fun information. And which two ingredients help fireflies create the light? Oh yeah, that was all about the chemical properties. Yeah, it was oxygen and special cells. So that was right there in 1. So once you get done with your own, and yours is going to be about tigers, now that we were done, you would share it with Mrs. Camp. Okay, so let's review. Why are we doing this? Well, we want to start thinking about when we go to answer questions. It's not just, it's pretty easy just to say the answer, right? But we want to be able to prove where that information came from. And as the older you get and go through the grades, that's going to be more and more important that you can cite, that's an important word, which means show evidence, cite textual evidence to prove your points. And that's true for different types of writing. Whether you're writing an opinion piece, you definitely have to prove your point and provide evidence when you're trying to convince someone of something, as well as an informational text, though, where you're giving someone information, right? People might question if it is actually factual or informational if you're not proving your points, right? And we want to keep facts together in paragraphs so it's organized to make sense to the reader. So we're practicing thinking about how authors are organizing this information and citing evidence to prove their point.